Welcome back, Breaking Down the Walls fans. Once again, I am your host, Miss Valerie Welch, and I have an awesome show for you today. We have an exciting special guest who I'll introduce in just a moment, and our special topic today is how to get a man to say yes. Yes, I said it, how to get a man to say yes. Now, I know. I got some sister girls out there who could care less. I understand. But I do have a select few, maybe it's just very few, but I have a select few ladies who really want to know how to get a man committed to say yes and move to the next level of marriage. And I'd like to introduce you to a special guest. His name is Mr. Brian Scott. Brian is 48 years old. He's married, he has 2 children, and he is going to bring a wealth of knowledge to this conversation, how to get a man to say yes. But before further ado, if you're just joining Breaking Down the Walls, I want you to really know what Breaking Down the Walls is about. This is a show which features the male and the female perspective. We select topics, controversial topics, everyday topics, just topics that need to be addressed, especially in the African American community, because we have some issues and it's about time we start addressing them, and we're going to do it with Breaking Down the Walls. And so if you have any questions or any comments, you can email us at breakingdownthewalls08@yahoo.com or hit us up on our website, breakingdownthewalls.net. Now, without further ado, Mr. Brian Scott, I'd like for you to talk to the Breaking Down the Walls people and tell them about yourself.
Good evening, Breaking Down the Walls. Glad to be here. Thank you, Ms. Valerie, for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Brian Scott, as she said, and originally I was born and raised in New Orleans. I've lived here in Atlanta for over 25 years now, and I'm living in Alpharetta with my lovely wife, Leisha, and my 2 daughters, Brianna and Bailey. And I'm just really excited to be here today to contribute to this conversation on what does it take to really get a man to say yes?
Yes. So you're going to help us out with that, right?
Well, I have a few pointers that I can share with you.
Oh, just a few?
Yeah, I can't give you all the secrets, but I can give you a few.
Come on. Now we want to dispel the black book, you know?
Well,
we need to know.
It's the fun is in the chase. So if we give you the whole book, then it's no fun.
Well, no. It's all right, because we know you guys like to be hunters and everything. But there has to come a time where you stop hunting. And we feel like you have to stop hunting sometime.
Well,
that's why 72% of the sisters still out there, because you're still hunting. We need you to stop.
Well, see, I think that's the misnomer.
Oh, Lord.
The first thing is, the women need to stop telling us what we stopped doing. We are natural hunters.
Right.
So you can't take a man and take away the natural instincts.
Right.
So what you have to do is learn to live with them and enhance or allow him to hunt. We want to hunt you.
Right. So when you find someone that you've hunted and basically conquered, okay, why is it that you can't take them home as the prize? Why do you continue to hunt?
Well, no, you're missing it.
What am I missing?
We still want to hunt, but you still have to be the prey. So even though we've caught you, we will let you go, then you got to run again so we can catch you again.
Oh, you're saying to like keep it exciting.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we need to stretch our legs.
You need to stretch your legs?
All the time.
Oh,
it's a natural thing. We have to hunt.
Okay. Well, as you see, I keep mentioning that 72%, because that was a interesting statistic that I found about a year ago. It just blew my mind when I found out that 72% of African American women were unmarried. And I know if you follow Breaking Down the Walls for the last 3 years, I constantly say this: what in the world is going on? So I want to ask you, Mr. Brian. So now I have a question that I'd like to ask you. What are women doing wrong? What are they doing wrong? Why is it that number is so high?
Well, you know, I like to use the term to get fired. And I had this way before Donald Trump.
Okay, all right.
And what I mean is certain things will get you fired.
Okay.
From me.
Okay.
You got to go.
Okay. Well, what get a woman fired from you?
So my initial thing is, first of all, to make me say yes, my number one thing is they got to be crazy about me.
Okay.
So whenever I walk in the room and when I arrive on the scene, I got to see the twinkle in the eye. I got to feel the heart beating. I just got to sense the testosterone, the energy coming from it. If I don't feel it, then I got a problem.
Okay, well, what about, after you've been with a person for a while and then, you start getting comfortable, you get a routine, and sometimes that diminishes. What do you say then?
Well, I mean, this is just me talking. You have to talk to my wife, but I think she still get excited every time I walk in the room.
Oh, you still see the twinkle?
20 years.
You bad.
I got it like that.
Woo! So you got it like that, huh?
Well, I think a lot of it deals with, first of all, go back to your question, is what does women, what is it going to take for you guys to get us to say yes?
Exactly.
I mean, that's really what you want to know.
Exactly.
So for me was, again, first thing was I had to know that she was on the team. She really liked me. Now, my brother and I, we have this running conversation where he liked to chase and I like people that like me. So I don't want to chase them. I want them running after me.
Oh.
And then my brother, he likes to chase the ones that don't want him.
To try to conquer them.
Exactly. So it's a different mindset. But to
Right.
me, I don't have to question your motives when I know you're crazy about me. Everything else is second.
But you just said you like to be, men generally like to be the hunter, but it sounded like you like women to hunt you.
No. I still hunt because I hunt her. I hunted her.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that I like the energy that a woman brings when she, lets me know, hey, you it. That's what I mean in that sense. Not so much she's running after me, but once she lets me know, hey, Brian, you number one, I'm feeling you. That's it. I'm fine with it. That's what really attached me to my wife.
Okay.
Because I said, and I'm going to give you an example. This is how I used to set them up.
Okay.
I take them
Give
shopping.
us the clues.
I take them shopping to the mall, right? Get my little credit card, had $500 limit on there, right? You remember back in the college days?
Yeah.
Okay. I would take them to the mall and I said, go on, get what you want. And I'd sit back and watch. Now, the ones who had my best interest at heart wouldn't go in there and try to buy the most expensive thing. They would go in there, you know what? And I'm going to tell you what my wife did.
Yes.
I took her to the mall. She came out with 2 suits for me.
Oh.
Now, I'm not saying you got to get a woman to buy you, but what that showed me was her
Where
intent.
her heart.
Right. She was like, you know what? I'm not really interested in that. Because, see, what they missed is, and this is the real key to it for me. If you, like I say, if I really like them and she's on the team, we're going to work through it.
Right.
But the main thing is, like I said, and all the guys I talked to, all my boys, we had this conversation. We'd be at the golf course, we high, and our phones blowing up. Why is mad? Because we're on the golf course. Okay, why are you mad? But then they'll go to the mall and stay 8 hours, go from morning till night.
That's a good point.
And then we'll go to golf course 4 hours.
And it's a problem.
It's a big problem.
Okay. That
and that goes
I never
back
thought about that.
And it really goes back to, it's a very subtle thing. And like I said, me and my boys, we talk about this all the time. It's a very subtle thing, and it's just about a mutual respect.
Exactly.
That's what it really comes to.
It is.
Don't try to game me, don't try to nickel and dime me, don't try to control me. Just treat me right, the way you really, really want to be treated, then you can get me to say yes.
Then you can just treat you right. So really, is it that simple? Is it really that simple? Because you've always heard men are very simple. Just make love to them real good. Feed them. Treat them kind. Is it really that simple?
It's that simple.
Is that
It's
simple?
that simple.
So why are women so complicated? Why is it made that we're so complicated?
Well, let me tell you. I read this
Oh, you had
book
to sit
one
back
time.
on that.
I read a book one time. And when I first started dating, I was not good at meeting girls.
You know what? I think this is going to be good. We're going to come right back. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with Breaking Down the Walls. We'll resume with Mr. Brian Scott with Breaking Down the Walls. How do you get him to say yes? Thank you for tuning in to Breaking Down the Walls.